Joe, I'm an alcoholic.
Joe.
And what it was like starting from like about 13 years old. I remember I got drunk like once or twice in 7th or 8th grade, but like right around 13, 14 years old, it was drugs, alcohol, insanity, and wreckage. And that continued through all the way until I was 19. And when I was 19, I remember I was on the phone with this guy, and he said, I was telling him how the 20s are going to be mine. I'm going to quit doing drugs. Alcohol wasn't a problem, right? And I think that's when I crossed the line for becoming an addict, because I quit drinking and using at age 29. And I remember that life didn't make sense to me in a lot of different ways, you know. I was thinking about, I knew how to like wash clothes and brush your teeth and that stuff, but I didn't know why we went to school. Why would we work and exchange money in an economy? Everything seemed like there was no point to it. And all I wanted to do in my 20s, 4 years before I got clean, was to disappear without anybody remembering or having any memories of me. I don't want to commit suicide. I wanted to have never, I wanted to be dead, but never have existed. And that's the reason why I never ended up trying to kill myself forcefully, because, doing drugs the way I did them, I could have easily, drinking too, but killed myself. And so I remember the judge sent me to AA a few times in my 20s, saying, you're going to go until I say you're not going to go. And I had to keep going back to court with paperwork and all this stuff and money. And so I ended up getting sober at age 29. And when I did the steps, I realized all the stuff on the wall when I was reading the 12 steps, it made sense to me. And my sponsor told me, he's like, do you have a problem? I was like, yeah. He's like, did you hear there was help? I'm like, yeah. He's like, have you decided to get the help? I said, yeah. He's like, okay, you're on step 4. You just did steps 1, 2, and 3. And it was that simple for me. And, I have a very simple, hands-on, practical program. And the 10, 10, 11, 12 is where I'm at now. And I remember 1 through 9, getting through those was the danger zone, because that's where most people go out. And from all the information, from like all the writing in the 4th step and everything 4 through 9, the core parts, I'd already been talking about all this stuff in my 12 steps was already talked about. It was already lived. It was already reflected on, thought about, before I did the 12 steps. But it was never looked at or thought about, reflected on in the format of the 12 steps. And I think that's where I changed. Like, the steps changed me. The book is what gave me my understanding. And now 10, 11, 12 is the best part of my program. Well, that is my program now. And step 10 helps me to get more in touch with myself, because I got far off the path in life. From doing drugs and alcohol really affected my production in life. My time wasn't utilized very well. And people used to ask me, do you like this? Like the job, or your class at school, or a girlfriend or something. Do you like it? And I'd be like, I don't know. Because I really didn't know. I was always, and everybody else knew what they liked and what they didn't like. People that weren't spending their time doing drugs and alcohol every day, all day long, for 15 years, or whatever time. But, the 10th step has allowed me to get more back in touch with myself, to identify what brings me joy, what makes me upset, what did I like about the day, what I didn't like, what do I want to do more of, what I want to do less of. And that has brought me back the other direction towards, I guess, whatever I was born like, which I took myself away from. And then, and my higher power is the program. With God, power greater than myself, higher power, creative intelligence, spirit of nature, universal mind, whatever. God, Bill says that he didn't even like the word God when Abby came to talk to him. He didn't like that idea at all, and so, but he could think of the other words, because he saw that the word God wouldn't work with a lot of alcoholics, because why would their life have come to this if there was a God, if there, blah, blah, blah. So, and that's where it's just a power other than me. As long as it's not me, I can believe in it and have faith in it. And so I turned my whole decision, all my decisions, everything in my life was spoken about with me and my sponsor, and he used the book. And the steps are the only thing that I've done in my life that have changed me. Everything else is didn't work. So that's it. Thanks.
Bobby, I'm an alcoholic.
Bobby.
And when I heard this lyric the other day, it was really